Welcome to the Misfit One Lifestyles with Elizabeth Colin. She will awaken and connect with your Misfit One. Are you tired of the ups and downs in your life? Are you ready to live a healthy lifestyle once and for all? We are talking about all aspects of your life. Being fit is not just physical, it's also your mind and soul. Learn how to take steps in your life to move towards your goals. Elizabeth's goal is for everyone listening to the sound of her voice to get fit. Let's get focused, let's get intentional, and let's transform. Now here's your host, Elizabeth Colin.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Misfit One Lifestyles with your host, Elizabeth Colin, also known as Misfit One. And today we are going to be speaking to someone who lifts her voice and let us feel the song that she is singing. She don't just sing, she sang, y'all. She sang. Welcome. How are you?
I am peaches and cream on today.
On today. Listen. On today, you peaches and cream. Now, I'm going to make sure I'm saying your name right.
LeNasia.
LeNasia. I look at it and I'm thinking, what a beautiful name, LeNasia.
My mom was trying to be creative. She made it up from my great aunt Lena and my cousin Asia. So she put it together and came up with LeNasia.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, black folks, we creative, god darn it.
Absolutely.
We will put the name together.
I know that LeNasia is also a city in Africa.
Look at your mama. Look at your mama. She knew what she was doing. She knew. Look, that's what I would say. When I name my kids, my oldest daughter name is Raylan, right?
Oh, that's pretty.
And I spelled it wrong, according to her. She tell everybody, my mama can't spell. She spelled my name wrong.
Okay.
I could have spelled it like Ralph if I wanted to.
But it's all how you pronounce it.
Correct. Yeah, it's spelled like Ralph, but I want you to say Raylan. But listen, your songs, I was listening to them all morning. I mean, honey, where have you been my whole life? Can you talk about your latest single?
Well, my latest single is entitled Forward. And I'm really excited about it because people ask me all the time, LeNasia, what's your favorite song on your album? And it has been and will always forever be Forward on this particular album. And it's because of the place I was when I wrote it. The lyrics, if you allow me to be transparent.
Please, that's all we do here.
Talking in the mirror to myself. I was trying to motivate myself to get on my elliptical machine that's in my bedroom. And I was trying to motivate myself to do that. Right. And in the midst of, I was dealing with some things. So I was also encouraging myself.
Right.
And then, it comes in a point in your life where you I just made the decision to move forward. I decided to not allow people to pull me back and remind me of the past. LeNasia, remember when you used to smoke and get high? LeNasia, remember when you used to do this? Remember when you used to... Yes, I remember it. I still remember it. But how about we move forward from that, And so I was encouraging myself, telling myself, I'm encouraged. I'm inspired. Hey, I'm healthy and I'm wealthy, And those are the things that I speak over my life. And so I literally began to write the lyrics according to how I was feeling. And at that moment, honey, I was feeling real good. I feel so good right now. That's how I felt at that moment, And so it became a powerful song. My brother who produced it, and it's his music. I can't even speak. I mean, that boy, he's a bad boy. That Jason Tyson is a bad boy. But when I heard him playing it, we was finishing choir rehearsal and he was playing it, I just take my phone out, hit the record button, I set it on the floor and I just walked away so that he could, because he was in the zone and I needed that zone. So it worked out.
And so when you put the words to it, so you heard the music first?
Yes, I had the music first.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. God has blessed me with that. Sometimes I don't know if you ever experienced when you do something or accomplish something and then you just sit back and all like, I can't believe I did that.
I did that. Like, that's me.
And
I did that. Yes.
God has truly blessed me with that ability to write. I mean, if I get a hot track, he'll give me the lyrics, or sometimes he'll give me the lyrics and I put the music that I hear in my head, or I'll be trying to sing it to my brothers. Most of the time I send them an acapella song and then
Oh my. Ooh. Are you
but,
going to sing for us a little something today?
Oh, I'm always ready to sing, honey. Always.
Are you going to sing a little bit of that forward? Because well, you sing whatever you want to sing, whatever is touching you at this moment, girlfriend.
Okay, so forward. The chorus is never will I give up now, and I can't turn back the hand of time. I can only see only what's ahead of me. So I'm moving forward, forward, forward.
Woo! Lord, if I could sing. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Listen.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, you have, look, I'm getting, because the words are so profound.
Well, it's so appropriate. I was actually planning to a different song because during the pandemic, okay, we can't go anywhere, do anything. So I have literally been in the house playing with music. So I've written about maybe 15 songs. So I was going to release a whole total song, but in my alone time with the Lord, he literally was just like, forward is so appropriate.
Yes.
Now. We are leaving the 2020. We done been through some crazy stuff. We got a whole new president. It's just so much. So he was just like, just going and release forward because it's just so appropriate right now.
And I think that's what is so profound and why it hits me so much. Because right now.
And I was just in a place where I've just decided, I made the decision to be happy. I don't need nobody else making me happy. I'm happy and I love LeNasia right now. And so, and I'm telling you, it's like when I finished the song, I was feeling even more good. I like to call my music life music, right? Okay. I like to bring energy, and I don't want to beat the people up with the word, when you need to get saved because God said you need to do. No. Y'all, look, we all know when we're doing wrong. You don't need me to tell you whatever it is you're doing and you're wrong.
Thank you.
That's not my job. My job is to encourage, motivate, and I try to paint a picture of this is what I experienced in my life, and this is how I overcame it, and this is how I did it, and now that I've overcame it, I feel great.
And I'm gonna sing about it.
Absolutely.
Because what's really important to me is how you say, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am. Right? And that's all that this whole platform is about, is fit. And when I say fit, focus, intentional, and transforming.
See?
And that's all you do.
It's a mindset as well. I often tell my children, it's a mindset. You can choose it's even in the words. I'm really careful. One thing that I hear people say a lot, and it wasn't until my pastor was up talking about it one time, and he was like, we don't even realize the things we say when we say, you make me sick. Why are you speaking sickness over your own life? I'm broke today. No, I'm not broke. I'm just in between my blessings. Or
right. The way my bank account is set up, you see what I'm saying? Like,
I got to check it in the savings. Exactly. So he was reminding us to be intentional and being careful when we speak in words out of our mouth. And so that's why I started the song off like that. I'm healthy. I'm wealthy. These are the things I speak over my own life. Right. This is the decision that I made.
You are, and what's so great about that is when I talk to my clients, so important is so important up here. That mindset is everything, and your words mean it. And you know how you talk about yourself, especially women, we're so hard on ourselves. I hate this. Oh, I hate that. Oh, if I could just get rid of this, or if I could
hate the way I look.
Right.
I hate the way my face look when I don't have glasses on.
Right.
Yeah, we say crazy stuff. We don't even realize that we speaking certain things into our own lives.
Right.
We really don't.
And our minds are listening to us. Right? We hear
Absolutely.
us. We heard, oh, you just say you don't like me? Bet. I don't like you either. Then how about that? Like, we don't like each other.
Right.
So my whole thing is loving yourself to health. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I know you do, because you start off that song. I'm like, okay. This is what I'm talking about.
It took me a long time to get to that point, to love myself. And it's something that we definitely have to learn to do, especially when you're being programmed so much. And mine started with my grandmother, who, after, I lost my virginity. I didn't lose my virginity. My virginity was taken away from me from a family member at an early age. Right. And after he went to jail, my grandmother began the process of helping me love myself. LeNasia, you're different. You're special. You're smart. You're not like other kids. You don't think like other young ladies. You don't act like them. You don't walk like them. She would just say that to the point where it was consistent, right? So then when I got older, and I started doing things that would anger her, instead of saying, LeNasia, you're different. It was, I told you you're different. You're special. You don't think like that. You don't know what other kids. You know what I'm saying? To the point now I'm grown and have my own children, and I'm like, you're different, Scooter. LeNasia, you don't think like other kids. You know what I'm saying? And it's a mindset. And to the point where I was thinking one day, I said, wow, I am different.
Yes.
I don't think like other people. It's okay for me to be different.
LeNasia.
Why my album is entitled Dare to Praise Different, because I don't do things like the normal. I'm outside that traditional box. I got that neo soul type feel, and
yes.
And it's all because I accepted being different. So
yo, that's so profound right there, because so many people are trying to fit in. Right. They're trying to be like everybody else. And unfortunately, that's like our training, right? Like when we little, don't stand out. Be like this. Don't talk loud. Don't be so loud. You gotta be like this. You got wait. Well, I like sports. No, girls don't supposed to do that. Right. You're gonna sit on, they always try to make you something you're not.
Right.
And I think that is why I felt such a connection to you, because and you, everything about it, even the title, even that struck me. That's so funny that you said that, because it did make me go, okay, she praising different. Okay, let's see.
Absolutely.
And I love it. It has been, and no doubt, why you have been named Chicago's best gospel entertainer 2019, girlfriend.
Yeah,
how does that feel?
2 days ago, I'm nominated for the same award this year, so I'm really excited.
That has to be amazing.
Well, it's a blessing, and I always say often when people listen to me sing or minister, and when they come up and say, "Oh my God, you sound so good," that's a compliment. Thank you. But it touched me even more when they say your music inspired me, or your music motivated me. It blessed me. It touched me. It made me think. It made me feel this. You know what I mean? Now I'm just like, that's the goal. You know what I mean? My goal is to uplift, encourage, motivate, excite. I often, the excitement came because I was literally trying to explain to my children how just because we saved because of our Christianity don't mean we have to be boring. We can have fun. We can have fun and not cuss. We can have fun and not smoke and drink. We can have fun and not do what the world has labeled fun to be. We can have fun and not do it. And so it became a part of me trying to motivate people to, it's okay for you to be different. It's not, I have nothing to be ashamed. Everything that I experienced in my life, I am not ashamed about it. It happened. I overcame it. And because of what I've been through, I am who I am on today. You know?
And we loving all of
As
you.
my daughters would say, period.
Period. And that's on period. Ain't they don't get something else? How
They are.
old are your kids?
Well, my son is 22, and
Okay.
he just made me a grandma. So I had my granddaughter with me this past weekend, and my daughters are 13 and 12.
Oh my gosh. So being a grandma, I'm a first time grandma.
It's a whole different total ballgame.
Listen, I didn't get it at first.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like hypnotized. Like
Mm-hmm.
she hypnotized. I'm like in this trance.
Yes.
Thinking, what is going on? And I was talking to my sister about it because I'm really like, yo, like I've never done drugs, but this must be what high must feel like because I'm bugging now. I'm bugging.
Listen, I don't sleep. It's like when she fell asleep, I'm supposed to be asleep, but I'm up staring at her, admiring her beauty and her freeness. And it's like, oh my goodness, all the things that I'm going to teach you. And I just talk to her as if she can understand it right now. I can't wait to explain to you about this. I can't wait. And me being a singer, I didn't sleep that night. I literally had to go live. I went live 3 days ago, I think it was. And I sang to my granddaughter on so everybody can hear. Look, I didn't even go to sleep. I stayed up a whole night and I wrote lullabies and I just recorded there. And I couldn't sing them out because she was asleep. So I'm sitting there whispering the song, don't cry, so I didn't want to wake her up. But I was like, I think I'm going to go ahead and release a little quick lullaby, maybe about 7 to 8 lullabies that I have written for my granddaughter already. And
I'm ready.
She won't be 2 months until February the 5th.
Listen, you see the goosebumps, girl? I got goosebumps. I'm needing them for my grandbaby. She'll be 1 in next month. And when I tell you, it's the most amazing thing. God is so good. Your blood is running through this little baby. Yeah. That's what my sister said. You so happy and mesmerized because there's no pain associated to it.
None.
And you just get all of the bliss. You just like stupid.
And then every time I sing to her, oh my God, when I sing to her, she could be doing something and she gonna find my face and she will light up. And I just be like, I'm gonna sing to you all day. Okay. I'm getting all giddy now because I'm telling you.
It's still like, I swear, me too, because they are the best. That's the best. And I wouldn't have believed anybody. My dad, when I had my kids, I don't understand it, but whatever, But
Absolutely.
my grandbaby is, and they named it my name. Her name is Riley Elizabeth, and Elizabeth is my middle name too.
Oh,
girl.
Well, I had a lot of girlfriends to tell me what was going to happen. They said, wait till she get here. Because I just wanted so much more for my son before he moved into familyhood, right? I'm like, I just wanted you to do so much more and blah, blah, blah. So I was just like, he finna have a baby. Now he got to become a father. So I began to pray for him. And one of my girlfriends, she said, I know you seem a little upset and uneasy, but I promise you, once you get her in your hand, it's going to be different. I'm like, I don't know, honey, I had to call her. I was like,
you right.
Absolutely right.
You right. Yeah. And you're right. They tell you, but you can't even, put it in, you can't even understand it.
I couldn't fathom it.
I couldn't fathom it. Not at all. Like, what are you talking? But as soon as she hear you, like, the whole world is, it's just craziness. It's crazy. And you have a 13-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Yes, my girls. My little mini-me's.
So how is that going with COVID, the pandemic? Are you guys in school, out of school? Well,
they are in school, e-learning, and they love it. When I say that God has blessed me with exactly what I need to fulfill the assignment he put over my life, because I did, I started working music years ago, but when my girls were really young, I mean like car seat age, I think my oldest daughter, she had to be like, I want to say 1 or 2, and then my youngest, and I couldn't understand, they were sick all the time, and I took them to the doctor, and I'm like, okay, they are always sick. I don't understand what's going on. And doctor, she said, okay, well, run me through a typical week. I'm like, a typical week. Okay, so Monday and Tuesday, at church, and Wednesday I have rehearsal. Thursday, pretty much Bible class, so I'm at church, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm gigging all day, and I'm traveling and singing. She was like, "Oh, I know exactly what's wrong with them," and I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "They're not resting." And so I was on the go so much, so I literally stopped. I would go to church only on Sundays, but I didn't accept any more engagements. If somebody needed me to come and sing background, I mean, literally, I stopped my music career. I took care of my kids. When my youngest daughter turned 9, I started working on my music, because in my mind, I said, when she turned 10, she's old enough to be able to do for herself, and that's exactly what I did. But when I tell you, my girls are straight A students, I don't have to force them to do their homework. I don't have to, you know what I mean? That's listen, because some parents have to go through a lot to get up there and did you do your, let me check it. Let me see. I don't have to do all of that.
Right.
And then when I'm talking to their teachers, and their teachers are like, "Oh my God, your daughter is just this, and she's a brilliant," and da-da-da-da. It just, all I can do is say, "Thank you, Jesus," because I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing with the traveling, the singing, to promote my album and everything that I'm doing. I wouldn't be able to do it if they weren't. Yeah. So I'm so grateful for that. And I'm really excited. My album, it's been doing well. Like I said, I wasn't going to release another song from my album, since I had released 3 already. My very first single, I was blessed to introduce Praise Party to the world. So they got to see the fun party side of me.
Yeah.
And Lessons to Learn is the mama side of me, because I wrote that song literally based off a conversation I was having with my son. Then they got to see the churchy side, because we went to church on He's Been Good. And now I get to release my favorite, my life music, my feel good music, Forward. So I'm really fortunate and really grateful for all the love and support that I've been shown. And so many people said, because my music was different, radio not going to play your music. Nobody's going to invite you to their church to sing. Nobody's going to do that. You got them people that,
girl,
that
what?
really
They so busy, aren't they?
Yes. Haters and everything, but we wouldn't be where we are if we didn't have haters,
Okay.
But all of that was a lie, because the radio is playing my music, and churches do. They invite me out, and I'm really excited. Even during the pandemic, I was so grateful, because I had a lot of churches that reached out and was like, "Look, I know you can't physically come to the church, but can you send us a recording of you singing?" Really?
Yeah, I could do that.
I can do that. So I'm really grateful and excited for everything that's about to happen with Forward and all my music.
I'm so excited too, and for everybody who is listening, make sure you get out there, go and get her album. How can they get your information?
Yes. So my album is available on all digital platforms. They can get it on iTunes, Apple Music, you can hear it on Spotify, and you can purchase it on Amazon. Or if you just need, we old fashioned, you want the physical CD so you can read and see who wrote what and see who sang what, you could definitely visit my website. That's www.LeNasiaTyson.com. That's LENASIA. Tyson.com, and you can purchase your copy of the album Dare to Praise Different. We have other merchandise. I'm rocking my Lessons to Learn t-shirt.
Love that.
And the back of it lists out the lessons that I sing about in the song. So this shirt has really been a blessing. So many people have called and shown their support for the song, because again, I wrote that song. I literally was having the conversation with my son, explaining to him that certain things in life you just have to wait for. But while you're waiting, work on yourself,
Right.
And the song resonated really well. So I'm grateful for all that he has done.
I am too. I am so excited that we have met, because I felt we already, like I said, a connection through your music, through what you said, your Transparent Tuesdays. What can you tell them about that?
Well, yes. So as I'm sharing my story, I often get asked, LeNasia, how? Like, a lot of people, okay, it's not normal for people who have been molested to speak about it, right? Back in the day, we're taught to sweep things under the rug. You had it. You don't want people to know. And one of the things that really, really helped me get through that was the transparency of my grandmother, who after it happened, she took me to the doctor. We found out that I did have some STDs, but thank God they were curable, so
Right.
he did hurt me. They told me I wasn't going to be able to have children, and I was messed up, and I got 3 of them jokers, and they talented,
Yes.
they beautiful, I was able to get married, experience that, fall in love, have a family. And it's like, when you're programmed that way and people telling you what you can't do, the fact that my grandmother shared her life story and she explained to me the characteristics of men and women, and how it's just not men molesting females, but you got some women doing little boys wrong, and it's like, and she was teaching me all of that, and she taught me not to hate. Like, every man is not like that. So it could, if she had not done that, I could have grew up hating men, and I wouldn't have gotten married and had a family of my own.
Let's get real about that, because I don't forgot the statistics of it. Like 1 in 3, 1 in 5
females
are molested.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
as I started sharing my story, so many people would just reach out, just be like, "Oh my God, well, what steps did you take to overcome it? Or how did you get to the point where you could just talk about it?" And so with that, that's the point of me starting the transparency conversation. I'm like, I have fans that want to know, and I don't mind sharing, because I don't regret anything that I've been through, and I didn't want it to happen. Of course, I'm not.
Of course, you didn't ask for it. Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I decided to not allow it to shape what my future gonna be, just because that happened.
Girl.
Yes.
Girl, speak on it, because I was molested. My cousin was molested, and they show you the characteristics of what can happen, right? One side of it is you're very promiscuous, and you're gonna give it to everybody. Now they don't have to take it.
Right.
Obviously, that was not me. I was I'm going to be tough. I'm going to be able to fight. I'm going to be the one that if anybody come to me again, I'm fighting. Like that, I'm going to have to be dead, right? So you have to learn to, like, wait a minute now. Your whole life you're going to fight everybody. Like, don't look at me.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
It's definitely a process.
Isn't it a process?
It's a process, because I was it started at the age of 9 and it didn't end until I was 12. So by the time he left, that first whole 6-7 months, I felt safe. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't have to deal with this anymore. But then after a while, your body was used to doing things that was happening. And it's like, wait a minute. Now, what am I supposed to do? Right. And when I say it's a process, it was definitely a process. My grandmother really had to talk to me. I mean, it was a process, because now everything changed, your body changed. So now you get the attention, and I couldn't understand. I was like, my goodness, now what's supposed now people that know it happened, they feel like it's their turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they next. Yeah. And let's put that out there. Disclaimer, this can be triggering to some people, because they're not as transparent. I don't think, to be honest, I don't know who would I have told that happened to me. I mean, people know me, my family knows it, but I have never said it on air. Right? So what was crazy is so many people hide behind all of it, and it affects their lives.
They don't even realize how much it affects.
Yeah.
Even to this day, certain things I experienced in my life, and I don't know if the world would agree, but things I experienced even as a child, I said, when I have my own kids, I ain't gonna do that, or I ain't gonna talk to them like that, or I ain't gonna make them feel like that. Like, I don't cuss at my children. I don't, call them out their names. I don't make them feel less than or. Right. I don't know if you experienced this, where your aunties and uncle or somebody older, no, this food too expensive for you to eat. I ain't gonna never tell my children that.
Wait a minute.
If I can't afford for them to eat it, then I ain't gonna eat it. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm loving me some shrimp right now, because I can't have shrimp. But we can have as much fish.
And I can't do nothing but laugh, because one of my daughters, we have our favorite restaurant here in Chicago. It's in Tinley Park. It's called the Hamadas of Japan. And when I tell you, I go in there and I let them get what they want because it's our favorite restaurant.
Right.
But I spend $150 in there easily. And I just
Right.
have to laugh because I'd be like, well, it's
Girl,
expensive, but we love it.
we didn't play them games when we was little. I was right there. We could fish because they was country, so we had as much fish. You could have as much fish as you want.
Uh-huh.
But the kids couldn't have shrimp.
Oh.
And girl, I wanted the shrimp so bad. Just give me one. No, you can't. I just want one, Daddy. Please, can I just have one?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And so little things like that we don't even realize plays into our adulthood to the point where our children will grow up not knowing that they have their own identity. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, little things, and it just amazes me. But I can remember growing up, and I'll be like, when I have my kids, I'm gonna tell them the truth, or I ain't gonna tell them why can't I do this because I said so. Well, can I get a better explanation? Help me understand why it's not safe for me, or help me understand, and those are the little things that my grandmother would do. She would say, well, baby, it's not that it's not good for you, but it don't look good. Like, I couldn't understand why as a young girl, after all of that I've been through, changing, and she would make me wear them girdles, and I'm like, why I got to wear a girdle? Baby, because when you walk, it don't look good for everything to be shaking and wobbling around, and you didn't got a little thicker, and she explained, oh, okay, well, yeah, I don't want to be looking sloppy when I'm walking. So so to this day, I can't go anywhere every day. I have to wear one.
Isn't that funny? Because I was the opposite, right? In Texas, they don't play. They think you should have girdles on. Like, a true woman must have a girdle on. Girl, I'm like, nah, I'm sorry. I'm going to let it all hang out.
That's why I say it's just little.
But it's funny how you.
It's just little things like that. Whereas now I'm not gonna force my girls to do it. I'll explain it, certain things. They'll ask, "Well, Mom, can you?" And I give them that freedom. They know now if they're gonna say something and they feel like it's gonna hurt my feelings or it's gonna upset me, I tell them all the time: start the conversation with, "All due respect, Mom. Right. Now you have my attention because now I know you're about to tell me something that you don't agree with, or that it could possibly upset me, or I need to brace myself." But at the end of the day, I want them to feel comfortable to be able to talk to me about anything, everything. But if I shoot them down, like, what you mean, boy? Don't you talk about no boys? I don't hit. Baby, you 13. It's time for you to be liking boys. So let's talk about it.
It's crazy. I love that because that was exactly, my mom died when I was young. And so all I had was my dad. And I talked to my dad about everything. Everything. And people would be like, I don't think you should talk to your daddy about it. I'm like, who else am I talk to?
Right.
And I have older sisters, but they're older, and so, but my dad and I can still talk to my dad about anything. And I do the same with my kids, let's just talk about it. And sometimes I wish they wouldn't tell, because all my kids are grown, right? My youngest
that's
is
a transition
21.
right there. That is a transition. Now that my son is 22 and I'll be like, I can't believe I'm gonna have this.
I know you ain't gotta talk.
It's like, dude, you're not a baby no more. I don't want to talk about that. But understand, and I have to just shut up and listen because he's asking me. And my thing is, if I don't tell them the truth, and if I don't teach them, they're gonna get it from somebody else who don't mean them well.
Correct.
Or who don't have their best interests in heart, or who's looking simply to destroy them,
Correct.
So I have to be honest. I have to be transparent with them. I have to give them the unadulterated truth. My kids are aware of everything I've experienced in my life. So it taught me to teach them how to look for the signs, how to hug a man, or how not to, when you're younger, a man pick you up. The first thing we do as kids was we wrap our legs around that man's waist. I don't care if daddy, grandpa, whoever. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Don't, I taught when grandpa pick you up, you put your legs on the side of him and you let him hold you that way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, little things like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
We don't even think about when we talk in teaching our children, and then that helps them have a better understanding on what to do and what not to do.
Yeah, because what's so crazy is I've always, I don't know, I'm different.
Claim it. Come on, you're different.
Different. And I have never really liked a lot of stuff. I'm just different. I'm just different. Like I am scared of like germs, kind of on the like. I've been preparing for COVID way before COVID even got here. That's all I'm saying. It's like this is not new to me. This is true to me, right? I've been like, I'm always keeping my distance. I want to do this, but the things that we go through, we share to our kids, and it makes sense. For instance, like guys picking up. That's a great point. When somebody pick you up, that's true. I never thought about that. What I do catch though, and I tell my daughters, because I've been, when guys want to come in your house, can I have a glass of water? Can I use the bathroom? Can I do, all those little tricks? Nope. Oh, can I use the restroom? My bathroom broke.
Look, I tell my kids, we have a guest. That's what the point of the guest room is, the guest restroom. That's what we direct guests to, they shouldn't, but.
Well, because it's different. It's different things, because I was date raped. Right. And so he got in the house that way, because let me just use the restroom. You don't think about it. Sure. Okay. Come on, use the restroom. Then can I have a glass of water? You're thinking now
you're thinking being polite.
Being polite. I'm not polite no more. And we know if you don't want them in your house. No. Yep. They have to use the restroom. There's a gas station. Down the street. You don't have to go through and we were raised to be kind.
Right.
Don't want to be rude. Right. And then we get ourselves in trouble, because then we being nice, but they going too far. Right. So it's so important. Oh my gosh. I love how you say that the things that we've been through direct us to who we are today. And for you to be singing the Lord's words.
It's all because of him. I would not be here had it not been for the Lord. I know he loves me, and I know he has something for me to do. I know that everything he's brought me through in my life, it wasn't just for me. It's for me to share with other people, because again, I can't tell you enough how many people come to me and they they simply be like, thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. I would have never even thought about it. Or, some people are stuck in that bondage of self-hate and self-pity and don't know how to get out of it, and my thing is, I just refuse to allow my past to dictate what my future is going to be. Ooh. And I just refuse to.
Say that again for the people in the back.
I refuse to allow my past to dictate how my future is going to be. I just refuse to. God has given me and I say this in the song, God has given me the abilities just to soar. I can do what I want to do. I can go where I want to go, and I can love who I want to love, and I cannot love who I don't want to love, Right. And I get a question often with men, but you're so beautiful. Why are you single? Because I choose to be single. I was married for 16 years. I got married at the age of 19. That's part of that looking for that love, or that trying to feel that void.
I was 16 when I got married.
See? And I don't even regret it, because out of that marriage became this strong, beautiful, very confident woman, grateful. And I have 3 amazing children who are extremely talented. All 3 of my kids can sing. My son is self-taught musician. He plays the organ, the drums, the keyboard, the bass. He can play the piano. My middle daughter is when I tell you, when she was a baby, I used to look at her feet and say, oh my God, God built her feet for gymnastics, like her toes. And guess what she grew up to love? She loves gymnastics. Okay. She's a cheerleader. Gymnastics will flip. I can ask her to sing and she can be like, no, I don't want to sing. But okay, we'll go up there and do a cheer. Flip. Okay. You know what I mean? And my youngest, oh my God, she blows my mind. Her favorite thing to do is read. Huh? That's a blessing. And she plays the saxophone, and she can sing, and she's in the band. She can play the drums, and she's very talented. No shy bone in her body. I could call her up and say,
wonder where she got that from.
Exactly. I could call her and be like, Anissa, come up here and sing with me. Okay. And she just walk up there, grab the mic, and she will just.
Yeah. You want to take it from the top, or where we starting at? Where we
with that? You know what I mean? It's all, and I credit that to the upbringing, I absolutely love it. It wasn't a day. Now, my mom is a singer. She's also a pianist, and my dad is an organist. So we grew up in church. And so when you got home from school, grandma was standing at the kitchen cooking, standing in the kitchen cooking something, and she was singing. So you either walked in and you started harmonizing with her, or you walked in and you sat down and just listening off. Either way,
I love it.
You were amazed,
You know it's in your DNA, girl. It's in your DNA. Well, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. For everybody who's listening today, can you give them some steps into them being as transparent? Because that's, like you said earlier, that's a process. What is the first few steps can you recommend or give them?
The first thing I had to do is love myself and not depend on nobody else to love me. It is not anyone's job to love you. That's where we go wrong, even in the midst of our relationships.
Say it.
In our relationships, and we want this person, this spouse, or this boyfriend or girlfriend, we want them to love us and treat us like we they mama, or we, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't do that to your mom. No. First of all, I love myself. So if you want to take me to dinner, or if you don't want to do something special for me, I do it for myself. But just know that you got competition. Because if you're going to try to love me you got to try to love me better than I love myself. And that's not to say that I'm arrogant or anything like that. It's just that I don't wait on somebody else to love on me or to treat me how I go to the movies by myself.
Or make me whole. And that's a big thing. People want somebody to make them whole.
Yes, to make them whole. And that's not nobody's job. So the first thing I tell people is love yourself no matter what. Spend time with yourself. You ever thought about how hard it is when me and my husband came together and we moved in together, and it was like,
yes.
You know what I mean? You gotta learn how to live with yourself. I can't live with you if you don't even like being with your own self. How am I going to, surpass that? So, and that's one. And then two, I realized me sharing my story helped other people. We never know what people are going through.
Right.
We never know what they are experiencing, even in the moment when we come in contact with them.
Right.
And one of the things that I've had, what's been a challenge is the staring. You know what I mean? Like, when people come in and stare back in the day, if I'm just staring at you, the first thing you're going to look at me and say is, what are you looking at?
Yeah. What's going on with you?
You know what I mean? So little things like that, I get people that just stare at me. And then before I get irritated, somebody would say, you are so pretty.
Oh, thank you. Then you'd be like, oh, thank you.
You'd be feeling bad because it was like, girl, I was about to slap on you.
I thought you was trying to challenge me or something. Like, you want to fight? You want some?
Yes.
Come get some.
So I realized taking the moment, taking a second to talk to people at the level where they are, not being all rude or whatever, just trying to understand. I just try to treat people as I would want to be treated. Try not to judge. You know what I mean? Try not to judge when you look. People look at you and they just be like, this before they even know you. And then after they talk to you, then it's like, oh, well, she ain't that bad. You know,
she cool. Yeah, that was totally me.
Mental. Yeah,
I love that. So one. Love yourself, people. You hear that? And you
love and spend time with your own
and then spend time with yourself. Listen, I think I'm too much of that. I'm the cat in my relationship, because there's a cat and a dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
My husband is the dog. And to me, the cat is, I really want to be by myself. Like, it's real. Like, I am really I'm an introvert. I really enjoy being by myself. I can entertain myself all day, right? Mm-hmm. And so my husband is like a dog in your face. What you want to do? You want to go do this? You want to go do that? I'm like, leave me alone.
That's me.
So it's so hard to learn to play that role.
Right.
But I realized that, again, we different. A lot of people have problems being by themselves.
They do.
And I did not realize that.
And and they don't even realize how much of the drama and pain that they bring among themselves.
Just to have attention.
Because they can't be alone for themselves.
Right.
Now, do I get lonely at times? Yeah, you know, we all go through a phase.
It's
I got
human.
friends I can call and say, hey, what you doing? You want to go out to dinner or, you know, whatever. And God has blessed me truly because when I want to cuddle, I call my youngest daughter down. She will get in the bed with me. We'll watch a movie. As soon as I fall asleep, she disappear. I'll be like, why you leave me? Mama, you were snoring. I didn't want to stay.
It's over. The time is gone.
But the success of it was she came down. She gave me that love, that want to sit and watch TV with somebody, you know. And don't get me wrong, I will eventually remarry, but it's just right now, I'm just loving me. I had given up so much to take care of my family, and I had totally eliminated. I put my dream on hold and everything. So right now, I love myself. I have fun with myself, and I'm trying, and my goal is to uplift, motivate, and encourage other people who have gone through some of the same things that I've been through, that's really scared to talk about it. And those who are bold enough to reach out to me and straight out ask me, I definitely make time to sit down and talk with them via phone, via conference, whatever it is. I try my best to make time for that, because I realized the only way I made it through it is because I had my grandmother there listening, talking, teaching me, sharing her stories with me, helping me understand the concept, helping me plan out certain things. You know what I mean? Like when I was going through that transition of where I felt like, Dad, do every man in my life feel like it's their turn now? Like, why are they coming at me? She gave me steps to do, like literally, like she was like, well, if you ever in a situation where somebody's chasing you down to rape you, you know, we as females, we have to go through that. And she said, well, baby, you just looked at me and said, hey, look, you ain't got to hurt me to do this. Let's just do it. Okay. You ain't got to beat me and hurt me. And she said, the first available chance you get, you grab it and you twist it like it's a doorknob. She said, and then at that time, you don't even have to run away. You can walk away, baby.
With some class. Okay.
Look, simple things like that, people would never think to tell their children.
Right. And because it's always a not me, right? And I want to say, I love your grandma, because
she was my sunshine.
So many people sweep it under the rug. So many people don't acknowledge it.
Yep.
Or it's a family secret.
Yep.
We know it happened, right?
That ruins families right there.
It ruins families, because we all now it's everybody burden.
Yep.
And yet he's still coming to the barbecues. Why he's still at the barbecue? He done raped every kid here.
Yeah. And see, my crazy self would say that publicly. I would say, oh, it's Uncle such and such. Make sure y'all keep your kids.
Don't let your kid, don't sit on his lap.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, I just try my best to be as transparent as possible. And believe it or not, a lot of things that I put in my music, well, not believe it or not, for a lot of things, but I will say this. My music is my testimony. Everything that I put in my music, all my lyrics is life experiences. And I just feel like no other better way for me to deliver it than put it in a song.
I love it. And we picking it up too. And we gobbling it in. We soaking it all in. We truly love you.
Thank you.
I'm speaking for me. I love you. I am in awe with you. Tell us again how we can stay in touch with you before we wrap it up, because listen, I can talk to you all day.
Absolutely. So you can, on social media, on Facebook, you can reach me at LeNasia Tyson Music. And on Instagram and Twitter, it's just LeNasia Tyson. No dashes, no periods, no commas, just LeNasia Tyson. And always visit my website, and you can subscribe and receive my newsletter. And that's at www.LeNasiaTyson.com. And right now, my current single, Forward, is at radio. I'm so grateful. So you should be able to call your local radio stations and request it. Forward by LeNasia Tyson. And always visit my website for any updates and what's going on. Things are starting to open up now. So
let us know. Tell us, is it anything else you want to tell the people before we get off? You tell us. We listening.
Well, mid-February, be looking out for the forward video. The official lyric video is coming out. So I'm really excited about that.
Cannot wait.
And please visit YouTube and you can look at all of my videos, my song Lessons to Learn that I'm currently rocking the t-shirts for. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
Yes, I got to get me one. I got to get me one.
These are the lessons you have to learn. So when you go and you can look at the video, and a lot of people reach out and be like, oh my God, your son is a good actor. He wasn't acting. That's exactly what happened. The beginning of the video is exactly what transpired that caused me to even write the song Lessons to Learn.
I can't wait.
And just please, you can find me on anywhere, social media.
And we will find you. We will call the radio stations, play their song.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate all that you do to the community and spreading your positivity. It's amazing. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. We are just blessed and honored for you to be here today, and everybody is going to go out and support you 100%. And we're going to have to jump on that Transparent Tuesday and see what all that's about.
Yes, next Tuesday will be the first one for the new year. We'll be
next
Tuesday, so I'm excited about it.
I'm excited too. Until next time, you guys, stay fit.